Welcome to the Nature Archives. Perhaps some of you have already seen our previous episode on the chanterelle mushroom. If so, you'll understand why we're returning to this subject. The answer is quite simple. In that film, we utilized illustrations generated by artificial intelligence. After careful consideration, we've decided to entirely abandon that format. In this new episode, you will exclusively see genuine photographs and video recordings from Polish forests. Secondly, we have no intention of repeating ourselves. In this film, we are discussing 10 facts about the chanterelle, among which you'll find both key information about this remarkable fungus and details that we didn't mention at all in the previous episode. One of these facts particularly surprised us during our preparations, and we'd bet it will surprise you too. Did you know that the chanterelle is specifically mentioned by its given name in a sacred book of Polish culture? It's within a narrative familiar to every Pole. You'll find the complete answer in the 9th fact. And now, let's get started. The edible chanterelle, known in Poland as the kurka, is one of the most popular and beloved forest mushrooms. Found in the depths of forests from June to October, it's recognizable at first glance thanks to its funnel-shaped cap, colored a golden or orange-yellow, and its characteristic thick folds instead of sharp gills beneath the cap. But the chanterelle is far more than just a pretty appearance and exceptional taste. It's a fascinating organism that holds many secrets. Here are 10 verified facts that we want to share with you today. Fact number 1. More names than many a celebrity. Few mushrooms in Poland can boast such a rich collection of folk names as the chanterelle. Its official scientific name is Chanterelles siberius, but in various parts of Poland you'll hear it called lisica, lisiczka, liszka, kurza, kurza stopka, or strączek. The name pieprznik, peppermaker, is due to a slightly peppery note in its flavor, more pronounced in older specimens. The name kurka, little hen, alludes to its bright yellow color, associated with a hen's plumage. It's worth remembering that in scientific nomenclature, the chanterelle is also referred to as lisica, and this is important because it's under this very name that Adam Mickiewicz himself mentioned it in his poem. Fact number 2. The chanterelle season isn't autumn, but summer. Many Poles associate mushroom picking with autumn, but the chanterelle is an exception among forest mushrooms, as its season begins as early as June and lasts until October, and in warm years, even into early November. The peak harvest in Polish forests occurs in July and August. Ideal conditions are a few days after warm summer rain, with soil temperatures above 15 degrees Celsius, in a pine forest with a thick layer of moss. If you head into the woods in September thinking the season is just starting, know that the best moment is already ending. The true chanterelle season is July and August. Fact number 3. It almost never has worms, and there's a specific biochemical reason for this. One of the most practical and, at the same time, most fascinating facts about the chanterelle is its natural resistance to infestation by worms. Unlike many other forest mushrooms, you will almost never find larvae of flies or other insects in the flesh of a chanterelle. The chanterelle owes this to the presence of quinomannose, a unique polysaccharide that acts as an insecticide, paralyzing the nervous system of insects, destroying their eggs, and preventing larvae from surviving. For this reason, the chanterelle is sometimes called a kosher mushroom. A mushroom free of insects can be consumed by Orthodox Jews according to the rules of kashrut. Quinomannose is so valuable that it is isolated for the production of anti-parasitic drugs. However, this famous almost never has its exceptions. In rare cases, older or mechanically damaged fruiting bodies of the chanterelle can be inhabited by insects. This primarily happens when the fruiting body is already significantly overripe and damaged, and an insect manages to get inside through a crack before the quinomannose has had a chance to act. Therefore, always collect young and firm chanterelles, not overripe ones, and always check the stem after cutting. Fact number 4. The aroma of apricots hidden in the mushroom's chemistry. One of the first impressions upon finding a fresh chanterelle is its characteristic fruity aroma. Many mushroom pickers describe it as notes of apricot or peach with a slight spicy undertone. This unique scent is linked to the specific profile of volatile organic compounds present in the fruiting bodies of the edible chanterelle. Importantly, this aroma does not disappear during heat treatment, and it intensifies noticeably when heated in butter. When chanterelles sizzle in a pan and begin to fill the whole house with their scent, it's precisely this fruity apricot note that pervades the kitchen. This is one of the reasons why the chanterelle is so highly valued by chefs worldwide. Fact number 5. How to distinguish a chanterelle from its look-alike. 4 features that can save you. This is one of the most important facts in this episode. The chanterelle's most dangerous doppelganger is the jack-o'-lantern mushroom, Omphallotus olearius. It is inedible, or, depending on the source, described as poisonous, causing severe gastrointestinal distress. Here are 4 key differences. Firstly, folds versus gills. The chanterelle has thick, firm, and irregularly forked folds under its cap that run smoothly down the stem and are the same color as the cap. The jack-o'-lantern mushroom has thin, dense, and sharp gills that are distinctly separate from the stem. Secondly, color. The chanterelle has an even, matte hue ranging from golden to light yellow. The jack-o'-lantern mushroom is intensely orange, almost vivid. Thirdly, flesh consistency. The chanterelle's flesh is dense, resilient, and whitish. The jack-o'-lantern mushroom's flesh is thin and soft. Fourthly, habitat. The chanterelle grows on the ground, in contact with tree roots. The jack-o'-lantern mushroom often grows on stumps, roots, and deadwood. Fact number 6. Vitamins and antioxidants. What truly makes the chanterelle stand out? The chanterelle contains B1, B2, B3, B5 vitamins, vitamin C, vitamin E, and vitamin D2, as well as minerals like potassium, iron, copper, selenium, and zinc. But several components truly make the chanterelle stand out from other forest mushrooms. It's worth clarifying a frequently repeated doubt here. The chanterelle contains vitamin D2, not D3. This is an important distinction. Vitamin D3 primarily comes from human skin under sunlight or from animal products. Vitamin D2, or ergocalciferol, is a form found precisely in mushrooms and yeasts. It is formed from ergosterol under ultraviolet radiation. Both forms are biologically active and influence calcium metabolism, immunity, and bone health. Vitamin D2 from chanterelles and vitamin D3 act virtually the same way in the body. Chanterelles are an extremely valuable plant-based source of this vitamin, making them a unique product in our diet. In terms of beta-carotene content, or provitamin A, the chanterelle surpasses the well-known carrot and tomato. Beta-carotene is a powerful antioxidant that protects vision and skin. Regarding vitamin B1, or thiamine, the chanterelle is an absolute record holder among Polish forest mushrooms. It contains as much as baker's yeast. The chanterelle also contains lycopene, phenolic compounds, and flavonoids, with antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. Fact number 7. How to properly clean chanterelles without losing their flavor. The structure of the folds under the chanterelle's cap causes them to perfectly collect sand, moss, and pine needles. And here, many mushroom pickers make a classic mistake: washing chanterelles under running water, or worse, soaking them in a bowl. The chanterelle absorbs water like a sponge, loses its aroma, and becomes watery. After preparation, it loses all connection to its unique taste. The correct cleaning method is to use a dry brush or a soft bristled paintbrush, with which you thoroughly remove sand and dirt from the folds. If the dirt is exceptionally heavy and cannot be removed dry, you can briefly rinse the chanterelle under running water and immediately dry it thoroughly with a paper towel. A short rinse is acceptable. Prolonged soaking is never. Fact number 8. How to store chanterelles so they don't lose their value. Fresh chanterelles should not be stored for long. In the refrigerator, they can be kept for 5 to 7 days, placed in a paper bag or a breathable container, not in a plastic bag, which accelerates spoilage. If you have more chanterelles than you can eat within a few days, freezing is the best preservation method. Key rule: never freeze raw chanterelles, as they develop bitterness after thawing. Before freezing, they should be blanched for 2 to 3 minutes in salted water or sautéed in a dry pan until the juices evaporate, and only then packed into airtight bags and frozen at a temperature of -18 degrees Celsius. Chanterelles frozen after heat treatment retain their aroma and flavor for 3 to 4 months. As for drying, chanterelles can be dried, but they lose some aroma faster than other forest mushrooms. It's best to dry them at a temperature of 45 to 50 degrees Celsius, and then grind them into powder to use as a seasoning for soups and sauces throughout the year. Fact number 9. The chanterelle in Polish culture. From Mickiewicz to a postage stamp. The chanterelle is one of the few Polish forest mushrooms that has permanently found its place in the pages of Polish literature, painting, and culture. It's a constant and proud guest that has adorned holiday tables for centuries and is deeply rooted in our identity. The most famous example is Book 3 of Pan Tadeusz by Adam Mickiewicz, the national epic, without which it's hard to imagine Polish culture. In the famous mushroom-picking scene, Mickiewicz mentions the chanterelle by name, using its old folk names, Lisyka and Krasnolika. Remarkably, the poet describes it exactly as we perceive it today, as a mushroom on which insects do not land. He wrote words that science confirms today, and in the most beautiful Polish literature, mushroom picking is a ritual, a ceremony, and a symbol of connection with the homeland. There were plenty of mushrooms. The boys take krasnolicha, as many lisycha are praised in Lithuanian songs, which are the emblem of maidenhood because their color does not eat them, and strangely, no insect lands on them. On the canvases of Polish painters, in genre scenes from the life of the nobility and peasantry, forest mushrooms, including the chanterelle, have graced baskets and markets since the 19th century. And even in contemporary Polish literature, both serious and entertainment, forest mushroom picking as a ritual and custom regularly returns as a symbol of Polishness and connection with nature. And one more proof of the chanterelle's cultural status. It has appeared on a Polish postage stamp twice. For the first time, Poczta Polska issued a triangular stamp in the Grzyby Polskie, Mushrooms of Poland series, with an image of the edible chanterelle, valued at 1 zloty. It was printed using the rotogravure technique in an edition of almost 5 million copies. The author of the design was graphic artist Czesław Borowczyk. The chanterelle appeared for the second time on August 29, 2014, in the Grzyby w Polskich Lasach, Mushrooms in Polish Forests series. Designed by Marżana Dąbrowska, with an edition of 400,000 copies. Interestingly, on the tag accompanying this stamp, an image of the jack-o'-lantern mushroom was placed. That is, precisely the doppelganger we are warning you about in this episode. Fact number 10. The chanterelle is Poland's most important export forest mushroom. To conclude, a fact that will surprise many Poles, even those who have been collecting chanterelles for years. The edible chanterelle is Poland's most important forest mushroom in terms of export volume. There are two reasons for this. Firstly, its culinary qualities. The chanterelle is valued in Western European cuisines, especially in France, Germany, and Italy. Secondly, its durability. Chanterelle fruiting bodies are relatively resistant to mechanical damage and withstand transport well. Poland exports thousands of tons of chanterelles annually to Western European countries. Finally, it's worth sharing some good news. Scientific studies conducted in the Netherlands have shown that collecting chanterelles by mushroom pickers does not negatively impact the mycelium population. Chanterelle populations in areas regularly exploited and in areas not visited by mushroom pickers are comparable. This is very good news for those who feared that mushroom picking destroys habitats. Of course, this is provided we collect responsibly and with respect for the forest. These are our 10 facts about the chanterelle, a mushroom that almost every Pole knows, but whose secrets lie much deeper than a golden cap and the pine litter might suggest. We want to express our sincere thanks to everyone who watched this episode, especially those who stayed with us. Your trust is more important to us. Always remember one overriding principle when mushroom picking. In any case of identification doubt, leave the mushroom in the forest. No meal is worth the risk. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to write about it in the comments. We also want to know what mushroom or plant you would like to hear about next time. If you haven't subscribed to the Nature Archives channel yet, click the subscribe button and turn on the bell notifications so you don't miss new